Have you been on the telly before?
Are you all from Trinidad? I go with you.
Say,
May I ask why not?
My name is Mike Murphy from RTE.
My name is Mike Murphy from RTE.
I'll give you 5 minutes.
Mike Murphy from RTE.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Mike Murphy. I'm Mike Murphy from RTE. Dempsey. The Dempsey fella.
Get your ass.
The Dempsey fella.
You don't know.
Like myself, didn't you used to be on the telly? Ah, look at you. Hello there. It'll bring you back when you see some of the stuff.
There he is.
Hi, sweet thing. How are you?
And we used to do your Charlie Hoy, which was so good on the live mic.
I'd forgotten half of Mike.
They were a great bit of gas.
Madam, would you care to enter our contest for a free Mini today?
Yes.
Well, if I could ask you, madam,
Yeah.
just to enter this contest by giving us the first 2 lines of Danny Boy in the key that we have here.
You don't mean I'm to sing it? I'll have a go.
All right, well, would you care to sing?
Down here. In here.
Yes?
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
From glen to glen and o'er the mountain stream. But come ye back when summer's
In the
meadow.
All right, all together.
I got the words. This is desperate.
They're some of the oldest ones, the first ones we ever did. And of course I haven't seen them since in 20, 30 years. So they're quite funny. When you look at them, they are quite funny. And they were pushing it a bit.
Good afternoon. I'm from the health board. I tell you what, there's been an outbreak of bursitis in this area, and I'm just checking on people. Do you mind if I take your pulse, please? Just hold on a second. You don't get pains at night or anything like that, do you? Do you get any pains?
My stomach.
Your stomach?
Yeah.
Do you? At night?
No, in the morning.
You'll be all right now in the morning when you wake up?
No, only in the morning I wake up.
All right. Just hold on a second now. Just hold on, open your mouth. Say, Just step out there on the mat and just say 99. 95.
You really like the people you're winding up, and that's always what we wanted to do with Naked Camera as well. Like if you ask anyone on the Naked Camera crew who like what we're doing and who we look up to and who we want to make, we always say, every time we do a reveal, we always say, do you remember Mike Murphy? It's never, Punked or Candid Camera or Borat. It's always, do you remember Mike Murphy? Because we love it. Like
They were kind of pushing the envelope a bit for their time. And that was why people enjoyed them. And of course the audience were in on it, they knew it's Mike Murphy, the other people didn't, and that was the joke.
Do you know the Hallelujah chorus?
I do.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll start it off if you like.
Father.
Do you know the one?
I do.
Well, now, if I start it off so we can all join in.
Good actor, great natural comedian, great for extemporizing and inventing on the moment, and you can see that there.
I do a lot of social work in my own life, and I have no interest.
I see. I don't suppose you have a drink in the house at home.
I can give you, I have some Coca-Cola. Would that be all right?
No, I tell you what, sometimes, you get the craving and that you like a little drink of something, and the Coke, I don't like that very much at all. I don't suppose you have anything stronger at all, do you? No. I see. Well, I tell you, we'll all join in a quick chorus now. Be a distant.
I don't have any of these at home, so this is the first time, genuinely, I've seen these since we actually filmed them, It's extraordinary to look back at what we got away with, isn't it?
Gradually I realised I had teeth and I was able to kind of push it a little bit. And I think the first one with teeth, the first hard-edged one, which got an amazing reaction all around the country, was the one with the late Paddy Martin, the butcher in Dundalk.
I know why I'm here from Martin's.
Sorry? What are you doing?
And for Bartons to do the signs.
For who?
I have another one here.
For who?
I have another one here to finish off.
If you don't get away from that window quick, I'll get the guard and get you.
Sure, I won't look at there's only STR there.
You think don't put anything more in that window. Get yourself out of here quick before I get you arrested.
That was what tickled people, because that was the first one on a home-produced program where the real life thing happened and somebody did get aggressive and upset. And he was upset. Now, he took it really well afterwards and actually became quite famous as a result of it. But that was the first one that had a bit of edge.
Who's going to finish the window for you?
I'll finish it myself.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll finish.
Are you sure now? Well,
you take that with you now and run. Look back, you'll be any more.
Do you not want me to finish the window?
I tell you what I want to. Get out of the way, for God's sake. Go on.
Once Mike got them raised that much, he'd keep sticking the finger in, hoping against hope that somebody'd swing at him, because that would have been great.
Do you not want me to finish it? Hello? Mr. Martin. I'll tell you what. My name is Mike Murphy from Television Ireland, you see?
I know.
See the camera there? I know, but that's not fair.
I realised, and so did everybody else, that there was a capacity in this for doing other things.
Welcome back.
I was in the live mic from the beginning. Yeah, I was in it from the word go. But my role in the live mic extended as the show went on.
Mr. Hawley will not be appearing in this programme either.
I would have always regarded myself as a scripted actor. I was an actor. And here, all of a sudden, you had no script.
Dermot Morgan, as we know from God Be Good to Him, from Father Ted, was a unique talent.
We are sailing. And what are we sailing? Across the sea. The sea of life.
So we said, okay, that's a good team. Let's see how it works. And it all just clicked. And you can see that the bicycle shop, that was Paddy Walsh, God rest him. And I knew him from the time I was a kid, but of course he didn't cop it. And it was quite funny how he changed. Oh, Jesus, Mike, how are you? He was so nice about the whole thing.
Hello, that's a very nice bicycle,
yeah,
this
but
one.
It's not for sale.
Oh, is it not?
No, there's none of them for sale.
There's none of them for sale, is it not?
No, it's in for repairs.
I know, I'll tell you, the thing, I never have been riding a bicycle before, you know. Can I try it just around the block?
No. You have to get off it.
I'll have a try of it just around the block. And then I'll just say it, but like...
No.
I could say it then.
No.
I might like to buy it.
You're not selling it, it's not for sale.
But if I tried it around the block once, I might decide that I might like to buy a bicycle. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but the grass is wet.
The grass is wet?
Yeah, come on. Get off the bike.
Well, I'll tell you.
You guys took a bike here before on me, you never got it back.
What?
You took a bike here before on me.
Me?
Yeah.
I never did. It must have been someone else. I'll try one of them motorbikes. They're very nice.
Get the guards down on it.
What? You see, I never rode a bicycle before, you know. You know what I mean? I'll just try this.
Try that there! Not that, I said.
They're very nice. Right,
Come on.
Will I go?
You better go. Come on. Come on. Before the guards come down.
My name is Mike Murphy from RTE.
Oh, Jesus, Mike. How are you?
And in fact, immediately after that, we were out for the day doing that. And I said, my father had a garage just down the road. And I said, God, you know what we'll do? We'll go down and try and catch my father and see if I'd catch him out. And we did, and we went, and I did catch him out. It was amazing.
Can I have a go at this? I'd like to have a spin at that, you know? Huh?
Mick gets out, he has the keys.
Mick has the keys of it?
Yeah.
Can I drive something around the block?
Well, no, what's the point?
I'd like to have a drive or something, you know?
Oh, what's the point?
Because I might buy it, you know? If I was interested, I might take it, you know what I mean?
Well, you wouldn't, you'd have to come back in an hour.
Well, I'll have a go at something now. Give us a keys of some of our car there and I'll have a go.
Ah, no, I won't. You take it off.
I'll take this one here.
The Bedford band.
What?
I wouldn't take it, the Bedford band.
Well, I'll tell you, you don't have to take the van, but I might buy something else anyway, right?
How much, what sort of money you be talking to?
I'm talking in terms now, 40, 50.
40, 50 what?
40, 50 quid. I'll go as far as 60.
Oh, sure, we'd look at 2,500.
2,500 for that? Are you joking me or something?
No.
40 or 50 quid is much as it.
76.
Ah, that's 40 or 50 quid I'll give you, bro. Cash.
No.
There'd be no questions asked, wouldn't you, no?
You're wasting your time.
Would you like to come for a drink?
No, thanks.
Are you sure?
Positive.
We've a little flask in the wagon. Would you like a little drop? Are you sure now?
Positive.
Huh?
Positive. Wouldn't you?
Do you often appear on the television, do you?
Never.
Do you not that?
Never.
Come here. Gotcha.
He was doing it before anyone was doing it, and that's the thing, isn't it? That's like, I suppose, I don't know, what does go through your head? You're just laughing. It's the same. The good thing is it's the same reaction from people then as you still get from people now. Like, you just confuse an Irish bloke, and if he has a cigarette, he'll go, you know, that sort of thing. So I suppose, yeah, I don't know. What does go through my head? Nothing goes through my head normally. But it's funny. That's all that matters. It's funny for funny's sake. And that's brilliant.
I'm from the Department of Health. Yeah.
I want to buy it.
You see that?
I won't buy it.
Wait till I show it to you. See them marks there?
Yes, not buying it.
Do you know what that is?
Oh.
That's the marks of the black widow spider. You see there's a thing in the middle. See that thing in the middle?
Yes, 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 yes.
That's the Nicaraguan tapeworm.
Well, thanks for telling us.
With all of these, I was a kind of a grotty kind of a character, and always sent by a higher authority to do something, to put muck on your windscreen, to write on your window, to start putting glitter on your house, sent by somebody else, and I had to do it. Like, I have to, you know, that's my job, right?
You see,
Well, listen, I tell you, love, you're not to be eating the stuff.
you see, Mr. Howard said
I
I
don't
was to come
care.
out.
You can't be eating
Come on,
the stuff.
come on, away.
You see, I'm from the, you see, I'm from the department.
I don't care where you're from. You're very nice. You're away from here.
You see, unfortunately, the thing is,
No, don't come around here, or else I'll give you kicking the arteries. And now,
unfortunately, these carrots come in. I know, yes, I understand the feelings about it. I see, I have to take a bite out of all of these things, so that the people what's coming along,
Here. The answer.
you see, what the people what's coming along know that the things have got the black widow spider.
Like, I just remember sitting there as a young fella and pissing myself laughing. And even if I didn't get it, I was pissing myself laughing, looking at me folks, pissing themselves laughing, just because, you know, it's that thing. Irish people love a wind-up.
Excuse me, come here a second. Look.
What?
My name is Mike Murphy.
I don't
from
know
RTE. Over there, and you're on at the moment.
In those days, there was not as much competition. You didn't have all the hundreds of channels in Sky and so on. So people were very loyal to the home station, and there were stars made in a way that maybe that can't be made now, because everybody watched Mike Murphy.
We used to go around with an old bread van, O'Brien's Bread, with the hole cut in the O, and the camera stuck out the side of that. And of course it meant we could never go into anybody's house. We could only park the van outside, and the camera had to shoot with me at the door. So I'd nearly have a wobbly if they say, come inside. And I say, no, I can't come inside, because that'll be the end of the whole thing.
Hello, I'm here about the washing.
What?
I'm here about the washing. The washing. I tell you, I'm in a bit of a rush. Do you know? Hello, that's a nice little fella. Ronnie, I'm in a bit of a rush, so if I could leave them now, I'll be back around 6 o'clock to correct them. I'll be back around the 6 o'clock mark, because I tell you, I am in a bit of a rush, you know, and I can't be hanging around here talking all day. So if you'll take them now, you needn't iron them now, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
What's to do?
Wash them.
Must be a joke.
I'll be back in a few... Well, I tell you now, I tell you, I'm in a bit of a rush. I'd love to stay around talking to you, but I tell you, I have to go off now and do a bit of work. But I'll be back around 6, if you can have them for me then. Now, no ironing them.
There were times when we were going around and we just couldn't think of anything to do. And I think that washing was one of those. And it was kind of, what? We have the camera, we're out for the day, we have to get something. And I think it was as desperate as that. So it was desperation rather than inspiration.
Could I leave a few bits with you?
Sorry,
I've only got a few. If I leave them with you, would that be all right? Here, will you take them?
Just have their own purse.
No, it's about the washing. If I could leave them with you, I'll be back about 6. Will I leave them here?
Yeah, all right.
Right, I'll leave them there. Well, no, thanks very much. I'll be back about 6 o'clock for the rest of the washing.
But they took the washing. That was the amazing thing, how people reacted if you approached them in a certain way.
And that was in Ireland then, maybe, where people were more innocent or more friendly. But I suppose Mike was very charming and very persuasive.
What time of day does the common market open? Now, you've only 2 seconds left. And what time?
God, what time does the EC open at?
Yeah, that's right.
What time of day does the common market open?
You mean here in Europe?
I might bleep you now. I'll give you this one more time now.
What time do you expect the common market to close?
Same time as ourselves.
That's very good. I give you that. You just before the bottle went.
You would find people would take you seriously. So, yeah, you were asking people's reactions in a funny kind of a way.
Now, tell us this, the capital of France. What's the capital of France?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Do you know the capital of France?
No.
Could they tell us what EU country spaghetti was grown in?
Yes.
Where does spaghetti grow? Where does spaghetti grow? I don't think now. Hold on. Sorry, now. You didn't get that right.
Would you be able to tell me when is spaghetti harvested? Do you know when they harvest the spaghetti? Spaghetti? Yeah, the spaghetti. Oh. The long stringy stuff. Yes, I know the stuff you mean. Yeah.
And they went into great rounds of thinking where the spaghetti was grown. And with deadpan faces about growing the spaghetti and, like, presumably breaking the lengths of it, putting it in the packages and sending it to the supermarkets.
You don't know?
No, we can't give you that either. Now, when you're eating frog's legs, do you start from the ankle and work your way up, or do you start from the top and work your way down?
But as long as you made it look official, and you had a clipboard, that was the main thing, and you were earnest and persistent. You never wanted to get into rude. Persistent was sufficient.
What would you use a gigolo for?
Man, you
Is that right? A man who's funny.
Now, in a way, the reveal is almost a merciful release to them, because you can see their suffering, and there's an element of you thinks, oh, I shouldn't be doing this to people.
Well, tell us this now. Have you been on the telly before?
Never.
Have you not? Well, you're being on it at the moment.
Oh, no! Who's going to see me? And look at me. No.
My name is Mike Murphy from RTE. Oh, shit. No, that's not all. I don't think we can accept that. Hang on.
Some of the oldest ones, the first ones we ever did. And of course I haven't seen them since in 20, 30 years. So they're quite funny. When you look at them, they are quite funny, and they were pushing it a bit.
Good afternoon, I'm from the Health Board. I tell you what, there's been an outbreak of rhinitis in this area, and I'm just checking on people. Do you mind if I take your pulse, please? Just hold on a second. You don't get pains at night or anything like that, do you? Do you get any pains?
My stomach.
Your stomach?
Yeah.
Do you? At night?
No, in the morning.
You'll be all right now in the morning when you wake up?
No, only in the morning I wake up.
All right. Just hold on a second now. Just hold on, open your mouth. Say,
You don't mean I'm to sing it? I'll have a go.
All right, well, would you care to sing?
Down here. In here.
Yes.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
From glen to glen and o'er the mountain stream. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow.
All right, all together.
I got the words. This is desperate.
Have you been on the telly before?
You are from Trinidad.
I go with you.
say
May I ask my lord?
My name is Mike Murphy from RTE.
My name is Mike Murphy from RTE.
I'll give you 5 minutes.
That's Mike Murphy from RTE.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Mike Murphy. I'm Mike Murphy from RTE. Just step out there on the map and just say 99, 95.
You really like the people you're winding up, so, and that's always what we wanted to do with Naked Camera as well. Like if you ask anyone on the Naked Camera crew who like what we're doing and who we look up to and who we want to make, we always say, every time we do a reveal, we always say, do you remember Mike Murphy? It's never, you know, Punked or Candid Camera or Borat. It's always, do you remember Mike Murphy? Because we love it, like.
They were kind of pushing the envelope a bit for their time, and that was why people enjoyed them. And, of course, the audience were in on it. They knew it's Mike Murphy. The other people didn't, and that was the joke.
Do you know the Hallelujah chorus? I do. Well, I'll tell you, I'll start it off if you like.
Dempsey. The Dempsey fella.
Get your ass.
The Dempsey fella.
What are you doing now?
Like myself, didn't you used to be on the telly? Ah, look at you. Hello there. It'll bring you back when you see some of the stuff.
There he is.
Hiya, sweet thing. How are you?
I mean, you used to do your Charlie Hoy, which was so good on the live mic.
I'd forgotten half of Mike.
They were a great bit of gas.
Madam, would you care to enter our contest for a free Mini today?
Yes.
Well, if I could ask you, madam, just to enter this contest by giving us the first 2 lines of Danny Boy in the key that we have here.